Hello everyone, my name is Dr. 213 and welcome to Factorio Sea Block episode 9. In the last episode we set up our crystallization facility and we now have plenty of iron and copper to work with. Both of these boxes have got an entire row full of plates and all of these furnaces are also backed up all the way. So why don't we start taking a look at what we need to do next. Between episodes I did do a few things. I idled and let everything back up, as you saw. I got a load of sand and started expanding over here for future power generation. And I also did a few researches just so that they were out of the way. Nothing too fancy. Let's see, I just ended up doing optics, logistics, stone walls, turrets and military, as I figured we don't really need to do those on camera. And I was waiting around anyway, so hopefully no problems there. We've also got plenty of science queued up now. We've got over 200 science packs. And I've also started stockpiling belts and circuits. However, the circuits are being bottlenecked right now by their need for cellulose fibre. But that's fine, we can definitely fix that at some point. Also, speaking of research, I think there's a few we're going to want to do to start things off. One of those being long inserters, as I feel like we're going to need those for our expansion to power that I've got in mind. As well as probably near inserters will probably be good, as they can do the drop offset. And then we probably want to look at steel processing as well. That's probably a good one to go for. But anyway, while that starts researching, I think we're going to want to start getting some different kinds of materials. So we've got iron and we've got copper. However, for the next level of belts, we do require tin plates. So why don't we see what we can do about that? Now, it shouldn't be too difficult. It should just be a case of setting up one more of these rows like so, just here. So why don't we get some sand and expand our land? Let's see, do we have any more sand? Perfect, there's a nice chunk. Let's expand the size of this, if I press the right button. There we go. Right, let's drag that all the way out. Now, we may need to go a little bit further. Actually, that's probably good. Why don't we copy this setup? First, let's disconnect that. That's going to have to move. And that is going to go straight on like so. Let's copy this. And stick that. Let's see, how far apart do we want this? There's 4 tiles, 3 tiles. 1, 2. Do we want to go 3 tiles between? Sure, why not? It doesn't hurt to space things out. I mean, we do have limited space, but at the same time, we can just get more fairly easily. So that will go like so. And then all we need to do is copy this guy. He's going to go there. And then we've just got to pipe this guy in to the stone line. Let's see, we need some undergrounds and splitters, which is fine. They shouldn't take too long to get. Ah, maybe we need a few more splitters. There we go. Once that's sorted, we just need an ore crusher, which we can grab from here. I was just doing a little bit of a manual setup so that we could get more sand going whilst this whole thing had shut down. And we just need a few crystallizers as well, so let's get those going. Looks like the next research is done. So why don't we queue up near inserters? All that's left is for us to pipe this guy in, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. I think that's correct, yep. And this should be near enough done once we get power. There. Cool. Now obviously this little setup we've got here is only able to support 9 of these, or 8, I'm not sure. Helmod says 9, but based on experience only 8 of them have been running at any time. But we shouldn't be needing all of these running at the same time right now because we've not got any auto crafting, so it's going to be on a what we want and when. Although that is the wrong recipe. What we actually want is bombonium. Whoops. I believe bobmonium is what we want anyway, because we need tin. Let's pick all that up. Whoops, there we go. Nothing we can't fix there. Oh, and we need a few more furnaces as well. Cool. Let's get the fuel line back, and we should be good to go. Ah! No, stop. Stop, stop, stop. That's not what we want. Okay, I didn't quite think this through. Alright. Well, nothing we can't fix anyway. Provided this doesn't back up. Come on, give me all that. Are you good? Cool, that's that line cleared. So we need to change this guy to crushed bobmonium as well. Let's put that guy back. And now we should just be able to put our crushed bobmonium in here. And hopefully, yes, tin plates, that is perfect. So we'll let that guy run, and why don't we go look at setting up our automatic crafting of the new belts. Okay, so we're just over where our little belt facility was. I've just deconstructed it so that we can set up our new one. And why don't we start by placing out our last inserter, which will be crafting transport belts. Now this guy needs iron gears, basic transport belts, and tin plates. Now tin plates can be put into this chest here. And then we can feed that with a inserter. And then we can make the lower tier belts like so. And then with the help of an inserter, maybe two? Do we need two? Let's see, it needs 2 belts per second. We may need 2. Let's go with 2 anyway, because it won't hurt. And then we need iron gears. Now, to get gears, we're going to use 2 assemblers, like so. And these guys are going to need iron and then to feed into both of these machines. So let's have 2 inserters like so. This guy's going to... Nope, that needs to be the other way. And this guy is going to go... like so. Cool. So that's iron going into both of those. And now we just need gears from both of these down. There we go. And that's going to go out, and that's going to the side. And this guy's going to do the mirror opposite as well. Cool. See, with the long-handed inserters, it is definitely increasing our ability to make more complicated factories. We wouldn't have been able to do this with just a single chest otherwise. And this guy's just going to output like so. And an inserter like that. Cool, so all that's left is power, which we can accomplish with a few power poles strategically placed. Like, yeah, like so. We'll move these guys in. Cool. Now in theory we should just be able to throw in 11 iron plates and 4 tin plates, and that will get us a nice amount of level 2 transport belts. Let's grab our tin, and we'll grab some iron as well from these furnaces. And that should be good. So if we throw in a few stacks of these and all those tin plates, there we go, everything's working. And would you look at that? Level 1 transport belts. Sorry, level 2 transport belts. Now these guys are going to increase our belt throughput by 2. So one of these belts is equivalent to 2 of these belts. So this whole thing in theory could be compressed into a single belt. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be tearing this out at some point in the future. So another issue we've been having is brown algae. This stuff is backing up like crazy. So what I want to do first of all is make getting rid of them a lot easier. So I'm going to make a submachine gun. And then I also want to bring all of this into a single area so that it's quite easily destroyed. So let's start by getting rid of these. Oh, if I get rid of our construction drones, there we go. Perfect. As we can see, this is all completely backed up. Let's bring this belt out like so. And this belt is going to come down here. Bit of a weird sort of loop we've got going on there. That's going to output just to the left. In fact, this probably needs to be moved back one more. There we go. And then all we need to do is get a butt ton of chests. Looks like that's still processing done. That was quick. And we're just going to go like this. If I grab these chests. Oh, construction drones. Yep, need those. Oh, I'm full already. Crazy. Okay, well, what can we do about that? What can we do? What can we do? I suppose let's fill these chests. And we'll get rid of those. Yeah, they're full. We should have 6 chests ready to fill up. So let's empty this as well, and that should be those full. A little bit left over, but that's fine, and we're going to shoot these as well. Alright, I just went ahead and made a shotgun, and that made it a whole lot quicker. Let's get these chests back in. We need a few more. There we go. And then that just needs some inserters. And finally, some power poles. And this is exactly why we buffered our fuel supply here, because even though these have shut down due to this backing up, we've still got power because, well, we've got stockpiled fuel. So I would highly recommend you guys stockpiling your fuel, even if it's just 1 or 2 chests. You don't need to go full crazy like this. But it just gives you that nice sort of, oh, I've just realised everything's stopped running. Good thing we've got power still. The other thing you could do is just have a chest stockpile that isn't feeding back out, so that if everything does shut down and your boilers all stop, you've at least got some fuel that you can manually fuel back into your boilers so that you can kickstart your factory again. Right, everything's been running for a minute or two here now, and as we can see, this is no longer backed up all the way, and these are all running at top speed, which is perfect. Let's come over here. We're going to grab these. Again, this is bottlenecked by this guy, so not a lot we can do there right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all of these old belts that I was stockpiling in here. And what that means is this guy is going to be able to just feed directly in, and we're not going to have to use so much iron, at least for a little while anyway. We do still need the gears, but we won't need to make the lower tier belts. So I want to go see how our tin supply is doing, if we can find it. Let's see, let's take a look down in this chest here. And we've got 200 odd, which should give us, I think, about 200 odd new belts. So why don't we throw those in there. I will take that iron. Actually, no, it does need the iron for 4 gears. And what I'm going to do is disable these inserters, I think, because they really don't need to be running for now. Okay, now that we've got all that up and running, why don't we start looking at what we need to do to get some better power production, because this, whilst it works, is pretty inefficient. We've got 40 algae farms for just a mere 18 megawatts. And with our new way of doing it, which I will show you guys in a second, we can halve the amount, if not more. So this new recipe here takes carbon dioxide and mineralized water, and it produces 50 green algae in 15 seconds, which is quadruple the amount this guy produces, as this guy produces 12.5 every 15 seconds, as it's 30 seconds for 25. So that's pretty good, and we don't have to worry about the brown algae, which is a byproduct of this. So why don't we get these guys going? We'll want carbon dioxide in the middle, just because. No real reason for that. I'm just thinking that's going to be pretty good. And then we're going to have those pipes like that, and these pipes will run on the outside like so. Now I have left a space between the old facility because these require mineralized water and not regular water. Once these guys craft up their algae, they're going to feed directly into a assembling machine like so. And this is going to produce cellulose fiber. Now it's a nice 1-to-1 ratio for these, so you don't need to worry about belting all of this down into a crafting facility like so. Just makes it a little bit nicer. And these guys are going to get a few inserters like so. Now this is why we needed long-handed, because we need to be able to reach over this pipe. And then we're going to get this guy doing the same. And I think that's all we need to do. So that's going to feed into there, and then these guys are simply going to feed out onto this belt like so. And I have moved everything over one somehow. Let's bring that in. There we go. And that belt is going to feed down like so. Look, belt moves so much faster, it's glorious. And then what we're going to do is, because we've just researched offset inserters, one guy's going to feed onto the short side, and the other's going to feed onto the far side. And that's going to help balance out the belt. Although we probably don't need to do that actually, that's going to be sorted because it's on both sides. I was thinking for something like this, where we've got this whole malarkey going on, we could have offsets and it would feed on both sides from a single side, so that we wouldn't have to worry about balancing it. Just going to mirror these inserters onto the other side, like so. And finally, I think we just need some power poles, if we had enough. Let's craft a few more. Oh, looks like we are out of wood bricks. Let's see if we can't steal any. Looks like we might be able to get a few. In fact, this guy's backed up, which is perfect. Right. Power pole there, power pole there. Okay, how am I going to do this? Let's do it that way. In fact, we probably just need one. And then let's just power that up like so. Cool, that's everything powered. Now, this guy's not got power yet, but that's fine. Once this guy is stacked up above it, it will get power. I can put those in actually because they will just overlap. So why don't we do that? Cool. And then we should just be able to copy that and stack it like so, which we can. And we're going to need 10 of these for the setup I'm planning. If we look in Helmod here, I did lay it all out. So as you can see, it's a 1-to-1 ratio for these, and then this is going to feed down into, in the end, 4 stone furnaces. And that's pretty good. So why don't we go ahead and set the last section up before it gets fed into the boilers, and then I think that will be good for this episode. And then in the next episode, we'll finish this whole power production. So to feed the cellulose fiber into our boilers, we're going to need to convert it into fuel. And that's going to be done with the help of a few assembling machines. Now, I had a certain layout I had sort of in mind. So I think if we do this, now we need 2 of those and we need 7 of these guys. Like so. And that should be 7. Good. This one's going to feed both of these, which are going to be wood bricks, obviously. And these are all going to be wood pellets. That's cool. This guy's going to split. In fact, he needs to split back one. That's going to be a problem. We do need the next level of splitter, and that's going to require just some tin plates. Why don't we go grab some of that? Alright, I just went ahead and grabbed some tin plates, and as we can see, this next level of splitter is crafting. So why don't we get that guy on the toolbar? There we go. That guy's going to go like so, and this guy is going to go like so. And then these are going to feed all the way down like so. And that is going to be all of those guys fed. Now these could be directly inserted into this. Why don't we go ahead and do that. And then just some power poles to give everything power. And that should be pretty good. Next up, this guy needs to go out into some furnaces. So why don't we craft a few of those. And let's see, we want one guy here and one guy here. And then these guys are just going to get a bunch of inserters to fuel them. So this guy is going to get its wood bricks like so. And this guy like so. And then they're going to fuel themselves as they output fuel. Like this. And then we should just be able to run a belt. Something like this. And that is going to give us our fuel. Now this, did I build this in line? I did not. Oh, I'm going to leave it though. It's fine where it is. And then we just need to bring this down. Oh, looks like we're out of belts. Let's grab a few. 7. We're going to need a few more than that. But we ran out of iron plates there. Okay. Well, I'll just fill it in with the slower kind for now, unless this guy's going to give us what we need. It might do. Cool. And then we'll have a splitter feeding this guy into here. And that should be pretty much done. Why don't we go ahead and put these power poles in. They're going to need a little bit of fuel to get them kick-started. And that should be plenty. Now obviously, just as we solved our resource issues, we are having them again. But that's not really a surprise, considering that these guys just aren't quite being crafted fast enough. Alright, there we go. So that's everything set up and ready to go. It should go algae, cellulose fibre, wood pellets, wood bricks, into the furnaces, and out as charcoal, that's the one. And that is pretty good. Now obviously, it's not producing anything, but we will fix that in the next episode. However, I think that's going to be all for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you did find this video informational, do leave a like. Let me know if you've got any tips down in the comments, and subscribe if you want to be notified whenever I upload a new video by hitting that bell. If you did miss the previous episode where we set up this facility, go ahead and watch that. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.